Hello, everyone. I'm Laura Dorsey, and I'm with Infinite Scholars. Infinite Scholars does one thing, we do one thing well. We help send high school students to college. We do that with our network of over 400 colleges and universities that are part of our family that help us with this particular program. One of the main things that we do is that we facilitate scholarship fairs. We facilitate 27 scholarship fairs across the country. And when we do that, between 50 and 100 of our premier partners attend the scholarship fairs with us. One of our premier partners that attend our scholarship fair is York College of Pennsylvania. Let me tell you a little bit about York College of Pennsylvania, and then they're going to come on to tell you a whole lot about themselves. York College of Pennsylvania is located on 190 acres in York, Pennsylvania. The college is just minutes from Lancaster, Harrisburg, and Hershey, Pennsylvania. York has just over 4,000 undergraduate students and nearly 300 graduate students. Students are from many states and several countries, making York a very diverse institution. The college has 60 degree programs covering numerous areas, with some of the most popular programs being nursing, biology, education, business, psychology, sports management, criminal justice, and engineering. Tuition and fees, room and board at York is $33,590 per year, with 90% of our students receiving an average financial aid package of $19,214. U.S. News and World Report best colleges have ranked York College in the top tier of the regional universities in the North. Danielle Suger, Senior Associate Director of Admissions, is going to be our host today, providing us information about York College of Pennsylvania. Danielle, welcome.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dorsey. I appreciate this opportunity to share a little bit more information about York College. We'll go ahead and share my screen here, and we'll jump into our presentation. Great. So to start out, to tell you a little bit about York College, sorry, went back a little bit. We are located in York, Pennsylvania. York College is conveniently located in a number of distant places, as Dr. Dorsey alluded to. We're about 45 minutes from the Harrisburg and Lancaster areas. We're less than an hour from Baltimore. We're about 2 hours from Washington, D.C. and Philadelphia. And then we're about 4 hours from New York City, Pittsburgh, and Richmond. And because of our ideal location, it opens up a lot of great opportunities for our students, and we recruit students from a number of different areas within the Mid-Atlantic territories. So what kind of student is a good fit for York College? York College is a great fit for students who want personalized attention beyond just small classes. Here at York College, your professors are very educated and very invested into your future. It's not about them trying to get their advanced degrees. In fact, most of our faculty hold the highest degrees in the field they educate. So they take the time to help you achieve your goals and move on to your passions and dreams and really take time to get to know you. You're definitely not a number here at York College. You are expected to participate actively in class. You will have an opportunity to get to know your professor, and again, they invest their time in you. York College is also perfect for students who want to get involved, from anything from research projects to student leadership opportunities. You can get in exactly where you fit in at York College, whether you're a natural born leader and you want to start your own club or organization or serve on Student Senate, or you're just kind of a little bit more laid back and you want to explore a number of different opportunities, have an opportunity to do research with your professors, do some community service, some project-based learning. There are all sorts of opportunities for our students here at York. It's also perfect for students who feel confident that they want to land a job once they graduate. Again, the whole reason why you go to college to get educated in a specific field, but if you can't land a job once you graduate, you might think those 4 years were a little bit of a waste of time. We ensure our students here at York College are taught how to be professionals so that they have no issue with landing a job upon graduation. And finally, for students who are looking for a good value, we know the price of higher education is rapidly growing throughout our years and our times, and students definitely do want to take advantage of getting a college degree, but they don't want to be in debt upon graduation. So York works very hard to give a private education at a very affordable price so that students can make that investment in themselves and see the dividends of that pay off throughout time. To kind of give you a little bit of idea of our size, we have around 4,100 students, including our undergraduate and graduate students. We offer over 60 plus different majors and 60 plus different minors that fall in 3 academic schools. So there is something for everyone. There is even very good opportunities for our students who may not quite know what they want to study. We have a program called Explore 360 that helps you really find your major, your home, your strengths, your weaknesses, and helps you find a program that you can be successful in upon graduation. 182 full-time faculty here that are really dedicated to your education and your interests. They are here to serve you and help you through that process, and they do an amazing job at doing that. And that gives us an average class size of about 19 students and a student-teacher ratio of about 15:1. So if you're looking to hide, York College is not the right environment for you. Again, there is an invested interest in you, and you are known. You are more than just a number here. A little bit about our campus. We guarantee housing for all 4 years you're a student at York. All colleges and universities don't do that, but we think that's very important at York College. We never want a student to ever worry about where they're going to live. As a freshman, you'll be living in a typical freshman residence hall. However, as early as your sophomore year, we own apartments, houses, and suites, so you can choose to live in one of those facilities. If there's a kitchenette facility, you can now drop your meal plan and begin to cook for yourself. So there are really lots of great housing options and meal plan options for our students as they move throughout their career at York. You are also allowed to have a vehicle on campus for all 4 years you're a student here at York College. Now, you don't need a car to get to class. York is a 190-acre campus. However, everything's pretty much in walking distance. The furthest our students may ever have to go may be to our north or our west side of campus. And the difference between that and main campus is just a simple 2-block private residential area. So it's very easy to navigate our campus. And then in terms of campus safety, York College is in a unique situation because we're surrounded by 2 different towns, the city of York and Spring Garden Township. Both of those towns' police departments patrol our campus, and our own campus safety office is open 24/7. They are our first point of contact should there be a campus emergency. There are also apps available and blue lights, so our students find our campus to be very safe and secure. And here at York College, we commit ourselves to your success, and there's a number of ways in which we do that. The first is through academic advising. From day one, every student here at York College receives an academic advisor. Now, the purpose of that person is, of course, to make sure they're taking the courses in the sequence they need to in order to graduate, but they create a personalized plan for each student so that students have an opportunity to complete their degree, study abroad, do independent research, do more than one internship opportunity. It's really designed to help give you a guide as you go through your 4 years of being a student at York and to help you successfully graduate. We have our student accessibility services for students who may need some type of accommodation when it comes to your education. We work with students with existing plans already in place. We also work with students who may not have current plans in place and make sure that they're successful in those endeavors. Our academic support centers are tutoring services on campus. So we have a math and a writing center that's already established where students can either walk in or sign up for appointments to that. And then we also have professional tutors and student tutors for a number of other majors and opportunities that we have on campus. So there is assistance with that, and that's included in your tuition. There's no additional fees for that. And then, of course, your physical and mental health is important to us as well. So we do have a counseling center on campus as well as a health center that can address any of your needs there. Now, hands-on personalized experience is something we really do focus on here at York College. We want our students to take what they're learning and be able to apply it outside the classroom as quickly as possible. So some of our majors do have the opportunities built in. For example, nursing students have clinicals, engineering students have co-ops, education students have student teaching hours. But no matter what major or what discipline you come into here at York College, there is some type of cooperative or project-based learning opportunity that is available to you. We offer study abroad opportunities. We have short-term opportunities that are about 2 to 4 weeks in length. And then we have longer opportunities where you can study abroad for either a semester or a year. And then service learning is also something we can incorporate in your education as well. So really great hands-on experiences. Now, career preparedness, it's very important that our students here at York College graduate as professionals, and we work to make sure that that happens for them. The picture you see featured here is an actual photo from one of our career expos. Every March, we hold a career expo where over 100 plus employers come here to campus for the sole purpose of interviewing students and offering internship opportunities. So it's a great opportunity for seniors who are graduating, who are looking for a job, and for underclassmen who are looking for internship opportunities. So really great opportunities there. there. Then we have our Excel Leadership Series for students who need to work on their leadership skills. No matter what major or discipline you get into, leadership is important. So we make sure our students learn those skills from guest speakers, workshops, seminars, things of that nature. And then something that's unique to York College is our Center for Community Engagement. This is dedicated to helping students connect with our surrounding communities. We have excellent relationships with both towns that surround our campus, and that's because we do get them in project-based learning opportunities, service learning opportunities, community service, networking. It's a really great partnership, and our students are very well respected in our surrounding communities. Now, switching gears a little bit, we'll talk a little bit about social life. Our students are very active and involved. 9 out of 10 of our students are involved in some kind of student organization, club, or activity. We have over 104 events each semester, and those events are things like game nights, movie nights, trips to different areas. We have comedians and actresses come on campus. We have a major spring concert every year. Even this year, in the midst of COVID, we still had virtual activities for our students to participate in. So it was a really great opportunity for them to stay involved and engaged. We have over 106 student clubs and organizations. Some are tied to certain majors, others are based on special interests. There's even 11 Greek-like organizations for students who might be interested in that. We have 30+ club or intramural sports for students who want to play a sport but may not necessarily want to play for the school, and 800+ student leadership opportunities for our students to be involved in. Now, for those of you who are considering possibly playing for a school, we offer 23 NCAA Division III sports to choose from. If you're interested in playing for our school, we just recommend you contact our coach directly, or you can visit our website and fill out a student information form, and that go directly to the coaches of the sport that you're interested in playing. Talking a little bit about cost and tuition, as I mentioned, York is known for its affordability. We are half the price of most private colleges in the area. Currently, our tuition fees, room and board, come to a total of $33,590. The great news is that most of our students receive some type of merit-based scholarship and or financial aid package. Our merit-based scholarships range from $1,000 to $10,000 per year. They are based on your SAT or ACT scores and your GPA. When you apply to York College, that is your application for the merit-based scholarship, so there's no separate application process for that. If you're admitted into the school, in your acceptance letter will let you know which merit-based scholarship you qualified for. The next piece for assistance would be to fill out the FAFSA. That's all we require here at York College, and we will create a financial aid package for you based on need from there. As Dr. Dorsey mentioned, our average financial aid package is over $19,000. So when you do some quick math, you'd see you'll be hard-pressed to find a more private, affordable option than York College, and we're very comparable to in-state cost when everything's all said and done. So running through the admissions process real quick, it is very easy to apply to York College. You can apply directly at our website. We're also a member of the Common Application, so you can apply with us via that way, or you might receive an email with us with a personalized application. Either way you decide to apply, it is free to apply to York College. There's no application fee. We offer 2 different decision types: early decision, which is a binding admissions decision. It's perfect for students who know York College is their #1 choice, and if we admit you, this is where you want to be. And we have a deadline of that of November 1st. There are benefits to applying to York early decision. First being, you will have an admissions decision by November 15th. You will have your financial aid package by December 1st, and you did get priority selection when it comes to housing and class selection. Also, some of our early decision students may have the opportunity to be test optional. For more information about that, you can feel free to reach out to us and we will let you know about how you can participate in that process. Then we also offer rolling admissions for students who are considering York, but we may not be your #1 choice. That is a rolling basis, so we deliver decisions 2 to 4 weeks after you receive your completed application, and we just ask that you give us a reply date of May 1st as to whether you plan to join us, and it is a non-binding admissions decision. To complete your application, we need an official copy of your high school transcript and a copy of your SAT or ACT scores. Letters of recommendation or essay or a personal statement are optional. They are not required. One of the best pieces of information I can give you today is if York is one of the schools you're considering, please feel free to keep in touch with us so that we can work with you through the process. We love to get to know our students. We love to learn more about you. Our job is not to sell you on York College. Our job is to give you all the information you need to know so that you can be successful and figure out whether York is a good fit for you. So we thank you in advance for allowing us to get to know you and helping you through the admissions process. So there you have it. That's our information about York College of Pennsylvania. A lot of information in a little bit of time, but hopefully you got a good picture of who we are as an institution, and we definitely encourage you to apply.
Danielle, thank you so much for all of that comprehensive information. It gave us a wealth of information that we needed. I just got a couple of follow-up questions, if you don't
Sure,
mind. Okay,
absolutely.
good. Now, one of the things, there's a couple of things. One of the things that we know with everything that's going on, that colleges had like firm deadlines in place as far as applications. Some of them have changed to rolling deadlines. The same for their scholarships or whatever. What has your college done in regards to that?
Sure. The only current deadline we have is our early decision deadline, which is an application deadline, not even a completion of your application, but you must apply by November 1st to be considered for that. Everything else works on a rolling or a flexible basis. We don't even have a FAFSA deadline here at York College. So really early decision is the only deadline that you're looking at. If you're a little leery of deadlines or not quite want to be a part of that, definitely recommend you apply with us rolling admission. No deadlines to that. We work with students throughout the entire year, and that's the most flexible option if York is just one of the schools you're considering. But we work very closely with our families. We know things happen on a case-by-case basis, and we work very closely that if you were to miss a deadline or something like that, we would do our best to try to accommodate you.
Right. Now, one of the things is that with that particular deadline for early decision deadline, so the students can actually apply and then say they're looking at taking scores. Like we're going to talk about ACT and SAT scores. The application is there, but it's not firm. They can update it at any time going forward in the future.
Absolutely. We recommend they complete that as soon as possible because after a while they lose the benefits of early decision if they don't get it complete by at least mid-November or so. But they can, yes, apply if they know, York is my number one choice. If I get admitted, this is where I want to be. We definitely encourage you to apply early decision, and then we can work with you to get your application complete, especially if you plan on retesting or something happens that your testing is rescheduled. And then some of our early decision students are eligible for test optional opportunities. The general guideline is for that is that you need a GPA of a 3.0 or higher to be considered for that. And you cannot apply test optional to some of our more competitive majors such as nursing, engineering, things of that nature. So there are options for students who want to apply early decision but are a little bit leery of deadlines or are looking to retest in the future. And we can work with you with that.
Okay, then. And so with that also, being able to apply early, with the deadlines, that also goes for like the scholarships that are available too, except for the early decision ones.
Yes, absolutely. You will be notified of which merit-based scholarship you were awarded in your acceptance letter. If you have filed your FAFSA, you will receive your financial aid package to the minimum by December 1st. We usually ask most of our early decision students to start considering depositing with us sometime after the Christmas timeframe, but we want to make sure you have all the information that you need in order to see if York is a good fit for you. So as long as you stay on that time frame, and even if it's a little bit past that, you'll have all the information you need to help make that decision, and you will know what your financial cost of attendance would be before needing to deposit with us.
Okay, Danielle, talking about this cost of attendance,
Yes.
and how this works, for a student who might be right on the cusp of what the requirements are. Is there like a provisional acceptance or whatever? Like if I really want to go to York, but I don't quite have this.
Sure.
How does that work with the students?
Absolutely. Because we're pretty holistic in our application review, we will absolutely work with our students. For some of our more restrictive majors, such as nursing, engineering, some of our allied health majors, unfortunately, you do have to meet those admissions requirements to be admitted directly into those programs. However, you could go an undeclared route if you're just right on the cusp or not quite there. And most likely, you'll be very successful in demonstrating that you have what it takes to do that program. And as long as there's spacing or opportunities in that program, you could move directly into that program. So it's not necessarily a one and done situation. For students who don't quite meet our admissions requirements, we will look for ways to accept you, not to reject you. So by giving us an opportunity to learn about you, maybe there was something that happened that in your high school career that made your GPA be where it's at, or perhaps you've had a lot of issues with trying to take an SAT, you're just not a standardized test taker. filling out that essay and again, getting to know your admissions counselor or working with us helps us have that information. So when we're reviewing your application, we're not making inaccurate assumptions. We already know what your personal story is and what you have to offer. And that way we can be advocates for you. We fought for students to be admitted to our school, and sometimes we win that battle more oftentimes than none. But by having all that information like an essay or working with you or getting to know you, that gives us enough ammunition to be advocates on your behalf. And we really do work for ways to try to admit students and not deny them.
Okay, perfect. Having said that, we know that 100% of the students that apply are not necessarily accepted. What is
Yes.
your acceptance rate at your college?
Sure. Our acceptance rate is somewhere between around 73 to 75%. So again, we work very closely with our students to try to do our best to get them admitted into our school. And then we talk and counsel with students who may not quite meet the admission standards. We can have follow-up conversations and say, this is how you can prepare yourself to be admitted into York College in the future, or perhaps we can't make a decision for you right now. Let's see if there's any additional grades we need. In some cases, we've held decisions because we wanted to see additional grades from senior year from students, or we've asked students to retest on the SAT or ACT because they only took it once and didn't really score well, or perhaps they didn't get the accommodations they needed to be successful.
Right.
So we do give you options, and we don't necessarily, and we can always re-review an admissions decision as well. So maybe you didn't quite meet our admissions requirements when we gave you a decision in October, but things have changed in March. We can definitely do a re-review and see if there's a way that we can overturn that decision, especially if you've done the work and proven that you can handle the rigor of entering into college.
Right. Okay. So having said that, this is the rate to get in. We know that getting students in is one thing, keeping them in
Yes.
is another, especially during that first year. Statistics say if a student can complete that first year, they're more likely to graduate. So what is your freshman retention rate?
Sure, our freshman retention is about 89%. So a lot of our students definitely continue on with us into the second year. For students who decide they do not want to continue with us, there could be a number of factors. It might be homesickness, depending on where they're from. They may have changed their mind about their program or their degree, or perhaps maybe they're looking for a larger or perhaps even some cases smaller school than York College. So, and sometimes it may be some financial factors, but generally it's students continue on. They enjoy their experience at York. They feel supported. And if they are running into issues, they don't necessarily feel as though they have to leave. We do a number of things to try to give them reasonable accommodations to get them what they need if they feel like they're not receiving it before they need to leave. But if they ultimately make the decision they need to leave, we support them through that as well and kind of help them through that process.
Okay. All right, perfect. Getting students into college, okay, is one thing. We also know that students who are more engaged throughout their time while they're in college are more than likely to be successful in completion of the college, okay? And one of my big, things or whatever is internship programs. So can you tell me a little bit about the internship programs at York and some of the companies that are involved in the internship programs?
Absolutely. So York College, like you, believes that engagement is important and that you should be participating in internship opportunities. We have an entire office that's dedicating to make sure our students participate in those opportunities. Some of the companies our students have interned with is Disney, Fox News. We've had some students do some more local companies like the City of York. There's a major engineering company here in York called Voith Hydro for our engineering students. We've had students who've interned in Black & Decker. We've had students who've worked with Sony Music Records. Really, we're very particular about where our students intern. We want to make sure that they take the opportunity to do an internship. It's either one with a company that will offer them employment upon graduation, or two, it's with a company that will look good on their resume so that they'll have no issue with applying and securing a position upon graduation. And we feel as though it's important to give them those real world skills. They need to see what it's like to be in a work environment, specifically one in their discipline, so that they can prepare themselves for what it takes to be successful, or they have that realization, perhaps I'm not right in the discipline I thought, or it wasn't really what I expected it to be. And then we can have a more intensive advising conversation and say, okay, you've kind of changed your mind about your route. Let's see what we can do to get you into another opportunity that makes you more confident about your experience. But that's definitely some availability. And a lot of our students do more than one internship to kind of get that experience.
Okay, so Danielle, when students are gone through there and done the internships and we're
Mhm.
looking at graduation, we talked about the graduation rate.
Mhm.
Can you tell me some of the companies that actually hire the graduates?
Sure, absolutely. We actually have a number of students who participate in the Disney internship competition and fair that they offer every year, and they do a little bit of an externship, and they're offered a job immediately upon graduation, not just through that. So we have a number of students working in Disney. We have a number of students working with Marriott. We have a number of students working in specific government organizations within a number of different towns and cities. Harley Davidson is a huge employer of our students. Northam Gunham in the Pittsburgh area is a huge employer. Black & Decker is a number of places which our students have worked. So the possibilities are endless, and we really try to look for organizations and places that one line within the discipline of what our students want to do. So if you're interested in engineering, let's make sure we partner with some companies that are hiring students, capable engineers, so that you get off to a great start. Or if you're interested in more of the liberal arts areas, perhaps you want theater, or you want music, or you want the arts, let's make sure that we get you with companies connected where you can feel like you have some job security and you're not really worried about how will I get a job if I want to be an artist or a musician. Then we say, okay, let's give you some real technical skills so you know how to produce music in a studio, you know how to compose music, and this is a litany of jobs that you've now opened up for yourself. So you're not necessarily hoping that you get a gig in order to make it happen. You have skills in the area that you're interested in that will make you employable.
Okay, all right, that's perfect. Then, yeah, I think that I have used up my time that I had for asking questions. Is there one final thing that you want to say to our parents and students on something that you forgot that I forgot to ask? One last point that you want to make, and if you could also provide your contact information for them, that would be perfect.
Absolutely. Well, we've covered a lot of ground, and I hope it has gotten people intrigued to learn a little bit more about York College. My last parting piece is that I would say is York is a very unique and very wonderful place. So if what you've learned here even remotely kind of wets your whistle, I invite you to learn a little bit more about it. When you come on campus, you'll see really what makes York College so special. I've been with the college for over 10 years, and I can tell you we have something special here, and it's a great fit for a number of different students. If you're interested in learning more about York College, I invite you to reach out to me. Again, my name is Danielle Suber, and my email is dsuber@ycp.edu. To visit our website, you can go at www.ycp.edu. You'll find my contact information, or perhaps if you're living in another area, you can find out who your admissions counselor is. But I'm happy to work with students directly and connect you with your counselor if I happen not to be that person. And we just look forward to the opportunity of having York maybe on your list of schools that you consider.
All right, Danielle, thank you so much. We
Thank
appreciate all
you.
the information.